have on the headlines of the papers and also the online platforms.
Right. Okay, so I have with me the Daily Graphic newspaper weekend special. Closed season implementation, fishers call for more support, need alternative livelihoods, unconditional cash transfers. And that story can be seen on page 5 of the Daily Graphic weekend special. High input cost undermines government support for PFJ report, and that story is on page 13 of the Daily Graphic weekend special.
All right, on the front page of the Mirror, I'm not ashamed I don't have biological children, and that is by Ebo White. Fathers stand up as leaders. The Mirror holds a day with Daddy 2024 at Oak Plaza Hotel tomorrow. Yeah.
Right, I have The Spectator, your weekend companion. Fatherhood not easy road. Don't give up. There's a Stoneboy telling fathers, and that story can be seen on page 5 of The Spectator. Check your land title registration. Tamale Teaching Hospital lacks equipment. Health practitioners struggle to save lives, and that's on page 3 of The Spectator.
All right, on the front page of the Daily Guide, Michael Asian's house is for sale. Abandoned old woman dies near bush. Oh my God, she's dead. Oh, may her soul rest in peace. And those that pull her in that situation, may they be caught out. And 4 Ghanaians die in Mecca. Baumia shares vision with Otumfo, and that's what we have on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Right, now we're going to GhanaWeekend.com to see some stories that made the headlines also on the internet. Fela McCarthy honors Nungwa Stool's invitation without medical. Chief gives orders.
Yeah, all right. So on GhanaWeekend.com, we have Jim Ike in search of stranger who provided crucial support when he was homeless. And then City Business Festival. Gersal CEO dismisses GMO fears as mass hysteria. And on the international news, don't preach more than 8 minutes. People fall asleep. Pope Francis tells priests. That's interesting. Musica launches Ghana Fest Olympics and Paralympics 2024 to promote Ghanaian culture. And King Promise drops new album, True to Self, featuring Haitian-American singer Friday. And one other one, PJ Morton drops new album, Cape Town to Cairo. Yeah.
Right, Chris, I saw a very interesting, as I said early on the show, tomorrow we are celebrating Fathers Day. So I want to quickly touch on the story of Stoneboy in The Spectator. And the story can be seen on page 5 of The Spectator. So let me just quickly go through that. Fatherhood not easy road. Don't give up. Stoneboy tells fathers. Reigning Artist of the Year at the just-ended Telecel Ghana Music Awards, TGMA Stoneboy, known in private life as Livingston Eche Satekla, has underscored the important role fathers play in the lives of their families and urged them not to shirk that responsibility. According to him, fatherhood was not an easy venture because he is a significant and important figure in the lives of his children and their mother. Regardless, he urged fathers not to give up on playing such roles, which he described as very crucial. Speaking to The Spectator ahead of Father's Day celebration tomorrow, he said, physically, the father is the provider and the protector. At the same time, you cannot provide if you don't have anyone under your care or control. He said this places some responsibility on the heads of fathers to be knowledgeable, strong, selfless, and sacrificial, adding that every father must find joy in playing this role. Against this backdrop, he said as the head of the home, he has learned to manage to do away with things which fail to inspire the family. Stoneboy wished all fathers all over the world a happy Father's Day and urged them not to give up on their roles. He asked for strength from God for fathers because Men are expected not to show signs of weakness. The award-winning musician took advantage of the occasion to wish his father, Mr. Gershon Satekla, a happy Father's Day. The Beam Nation boss is married to Dr. Louisa Satekla with 2 children, Catherine Jidola Satekla and Janam Joachim Satekla Jr. Aside being the Artist of the Year at this year's TGMA, he also won 5 other awards on the night, notably Best International Collaboration of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, Record of the Year, Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year, and Album of the Year. So yeah, that's it about Stonebwoy and fatherhood.
I think it's an interesting read, very interesting read. Like you said, it's not easy, but I would want to pick on what he said about, you know, fathers are expected not to show what?
Emotions. They should be
no,
strong.
No,
yeah.
no. You guys chose not to show emotions. You guys listen to society so much that you carry along a lot of toxic masculinity that would disturb you, you know, moving forward. So when you don't show emotions, you tend to have a lot in you, and you implode. And when you implode, that affects your mental health. So it's not as if fathers are not expected. Society said so, but you are a human being before you are a man. So you need to understand that as a human being, every human being is allowed to show emotions. You understand? Every human being is allowed to be angry. Every human being is allowed to be happy, to cry. Crying is not only for women. Being sad is not only for women. Showing weakness is not only for women. So if you have a problem with your emotions, I think it's time for every father, especially for the fact that it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's time for men to learn to show emotions. If you don't have anyone to speak to, seek a therapist. There are a lot of therapists around. Talk to your friends. Talk to your wife. Talk to your parents. You are not a stone. You are a human being. Anyway, that was a very, very good read.
Of course.
For me, I'm just going to go through the story on the Mirror, and that's in page 6 and 27. But I'm just going to read a bit of it, and that is, I am not ashamed I don't have biological children. And that is by playwright, author, and motivational speaker, James Ebo White. Anyway, Ghanaian playwright and author and motivational speaker James Ebo White, popularly known as Uncle Ebo, has said he is not ashamed to let people know he has no biological children. According to him, he does not feel any sense of regret of loss, as he knows that fatherhood is not just biology. Many of us say we have fathers, but if we're looking at the people who made us, it is not our biological fathers. Quite often, it will be an uncle, a teacher, or somebody in the neighborhood. Sometimes even a boss who took a liking to you and decided that he or she would direct your part. It is wonderful to have children, but if you do not have children, that doesn't mean that you are less of a man, less of a father, less of a husband, because there is so much you can do once you are responsible and have love in your heart. He told the Mirror doing an interview last Wednesday at Osu in Accra. And yeah, he has, you know, the story goes on there where he talks about fulfilling journey of fatherhood, dealing with childless marriage and raising boys to be responsible men, and so on. I find this very interesting.
Very interesting. And the fact that we are talking about fatherhood, celebrating fathers. See, I couldn't agree any less with him, where he says he's not even ashamed that he doesn't have biological children. Many a times people think that one who birthed you is the only person you can regard as a mother or a father. But no, people play roles in our lives day in and day out that even some parents don't do. So if you have that one person, that man or that woman who has touched your life, who has played a very significant role in your life, bringing you up, or see, just a little sprinkle to add that wow factor to your life, that person needs to be celebrated, whether Father's Day, whether Mother's Day, whether the person's birthday or not. Celebrate them every day, because as Chris said, June is Mental Health Awareness Month, and men are going through a lot. This is the time where we need to draw them closer, tell them that, look, I know you are going through a lot. I know everything is not okay, but I appreciate you. Let's celebrate men. Let's not make people feel like if you don't have a child, I mean, you are not a part of it. Everybody would not have children.
No, because, you know, that also brings me to the question that I want to ask a lot of people, especially people that seem, that make it very easy to castigate others or try to castigate others or make fun of people, that you don't have children. Most of you that have fathers, where are they? Your biological fathers. what have they done for you? Okay, let that sink in before you talk about other people and having kids. But yeah, good luck to him, and I want to say a very big thank you to him, and shout out to him for, you know, taking out other children, because he even has adopted children. Yeah, so that's great.
And it takes someone with a big heart to be able to draw other people closer to him and raise them.
Well done to him and his wife, actually. All right, so that's what we have right now for, you know, what's on the papers and obviously online. It's time for us to take a breather, and we will be right back with more.